when you supported him, and then after you heard about him, you immediately condemn him. So I don't.
I condemned him after he committed a high crime. I have
Well,
nothing to
from our point of view,
the theft of a child from his mother and father.
well, I mean, I haven't spoken to the man yet. For now, I'll condemn him, but if there was a reason behind it, and it wasn't him or for something of that sort. In any case, I believe you're just a little bit loony right now. I'm sure you're fine.
Hmm.
You're just thinking. You're just hearing things.
Now Aurelius is feeling a little insulted here, so he'll kind of huff and just be like, "Fine."
Well, I mean, Sasha had to get into the whole thing because he listened to the two knights who had met Merlin before. So from his point of view, it's kind of a well, you trusted him, then now you don't trust him. I don't know. Oh,
Well, perhaps we best get back to our work.
where did Tom Trompert go?
Yeah, you guys are going to find Trumpert.
I left you guys.
Rough life trying to keep up with Trumpert, man. That's a dude that's on the move up. He's reaching for the sky.
For your throat.
What? Wow. I thought you were on the party side. I thought we talked about that. Now it's like,
Yes.
I'm going to kill all of them. Okay. At Carmarthen that night, there's a dinner and another series of entertainment possibilities from the knights here. What skills would you like to demonstrate for the king?
They seem to be so apt on disbelieving the unreal, where, in my experiences in the forest, there are many things that are not just tales. I would like to tell them of this fairy lore.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. And anyone else? Any skills you'd like to entertain with?
Yeah, I think Robert will entertain this skill at arms today, since you... Falconry, yesterday, you couldn't have really done anything with falconry, right? Because it's not really a skill you can use indoors. It's something you'd have to go...
You could use it. I mean, you would just like bring your falcon and have it circle around the court.
Yeah, let's do that.
Are we doing a roll for this one?
Nope, you just get a check in whatever skill you'd like.
Okay, so last time it was falconry. This time his skill, I think he will choose is... Oh, I didn't realize you just get check in whatever skill. I had you have to use your most famous skill.
It's like if it's that way, you just choose like, let's choose something I have a 2 in. No, I'm gonna choose the one I like.
Well, it's probably going to
So
use...
he will spend some time composing a ode, the story of the brave fall of Prince Matic, and then orating it.
It's called The Story of Us. It is sung by a young blonde woman from the Manor of Swift. Her name is Taylor. We'll see how many people get that one. Don't worry,
Pretty sure everybody gets that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
You know what? Most people haven't realized Cones of Dunshire yet. I'm just saying.
And there's some bad blood in the party as well. So.
Oh man, there is some bad blood. You know, I never did ask this party, by the way. What is everybody's bad blood name? Do you have a badass bad blood name? Yeah. Oh, don't pretend like you haven't seen the video. I meant like, oh, I know what my name is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, Eric, you can play that way. That's fun. I ain't gonna call you out on it.
Someone's
Anosh,
gonna
you
have
know
to
what I'm
enlighten
talking
me in the
about.
group
What's your
chat.
bad blood name?
I actually don't know about the name. I've just heard the song on the radio.
Come on. Oh, you guys, you're killing me. Alright, fine, whatever. Did everyone pick a skill they'd like to entertain the king with yet?
Yeah.
Trumpure, what are you entertaining the king with?
This time I'm probably going to be entertaining with Lance.
You're gonna just ride through the court and be like, ha!
No, I'm probably going to ask a couple
try
people to joust.
Robert will talk about battle.
So, Sir Orcus will not joust with you. He declines.
I'll probably just joust with someone else.
Yeah, like, no one will joust with you in the court. They just, like, have you go to the postern outside, and the king will, like, look out from the feast hall from, like, 30 feet above and be like, yes, you're doing very good! And then he, like, turns back and talks to literally anyone but you. And occasionally just looks out there and is like, oh, yes, you hit the quintain quite well. Yep. Okay, all of you get a check in whatever courtly skill you'd like. So for this next part, you don't have to if you don't want to, but I feel like you should be able to get this passion check before you make your roll, even if you're not sure what you're rolling for. If you would like, you can activate your passion of hospitality for the next roll.
Bing. Done.
Okay,
You're
I
so
guess.
high that you don't even need to check it anymore?
It's literally my
You should still
only
roll it just in case
real
you crit.
passion.
A passion?
It is my thing.
Yeah, if you get a crit in it, you get to mark a check, so yeah, you succeed.
I've been bitten so many times by failing passions. I'm not so certain about
Okay, you
this.
don't have to activate it if you don't want to. But Robert,
We're activating a passion to do what is this for?
I can't tell you until you've decided
Oh, okay.
whether or not you're
All right.
going to do it.
Yeah, Robert will rely on since he's on a mission for his lord, he will rely on his loyalty.
No,
lord.
we have to do
Yeah,
hospitality.
it has to be hospitality.
Oh, hospitality?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's go badly. Let's go for it.
He's like, this is going to end terribly. I'm going to roll it. Okay. All of you gain a plus 10 to your next awareness check, which you must make right now.
All right.
Oh man, if I don't get awareness now, it's going to end badly.
I think all of you gain a check in hospitality as well. So,
Yeah.
did anyone crit? Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah.
A lot of people succeeded. Okay, you see the following. Young Sir Dirok, the king's former squire, now one of his, like, able knights, hands a goblet to his father, the King Kanan. Kanan smiles and takes it and toasts the young heir, and then drains the cup in a single draught. Moments later, King Kanan staggers up from his seat, falls backwards into it. Everyone sees this. The king grabs at his throat, his face turning blue, blood running from his mouth, nose, ears, and eyes. He finally gurgles out a horrible gasp. He's dead. He did it! Someone said, and everyone looks to where he's pointing. At Sir Dirok, all frozen in horror at his father's death. No! No, it wasn't me! Sir Orcus comes over and, like, cuffs the lad and starts, like, binding him in chains. What do you do?
Who said he did it? That's who Sasha's going for.
Okay, you look around. It's just some nobleman. His name is Lord Wyman. He has a manor called Summer Island. It's a manor that's out in the middle of a lake.
Lord Wylan.
Wyman.
Wyman.
W-Y-A-N. Wyman. W-Y-M-A-N. Lord Wyman. There we go.
What makes you say so?
He says, we saw it. I'm sure you saw it as well. The boy gave him the cup.
Yes.
And who gave the boy the cup?
He's like, the boy picked it up himself, I believe, right?
Who placed it there for him to pick up?
And Sir Orcus is like, you're confusing the issue, sir. This boy killed his father. You know how we deal with king killers here in Estragales.
This
That
boy is
would be a
accused of killing his
miscarriage of
father.
justice to immediately assume that because the boy served the cup, he was responsible for the poison. There are many ways for it to have been introduced without the boy's knowledge. In fact, it seems as if, by doing so, they attempt to destroy not only the king, but the king's line. Care
So
must be taken.
I need you to roll a justice roll and a orate roll. You need to succeed at both, or you're going to be ignored. Okay, give yourself a thing in justice. Check your justice. But no one will listen to you. The nobles are all like screaming, "I saw it as well! Sir Durak poisoned the boy." Don't listen to this outlander from the King Uther, and someone else is like, maybe they are the ones that paid the boy to poison. And
What could have been any other person in this court?
Orcus looks at the rest of you and is like, what did Uther stand to gain by you poisoning this, our king?
Nothing.
You're so quick to
had
point
already
fingers.
said that he was interested in a treaty. In fact, we had everything to gain by him staying alive. Perhaps the question is, who else? Who had something to gain? Perhaps someone with ties to Saxons.
Lord Wyman is like, your insinuations, sir, are unfounded in this court. Ties to Saxons? Talk to a Logarian. We in Estragales have opposed Saxons our entire lives.
I don't think he mentioned your name itself.
I simply...
Why?
He says, why would you
further
suspect
investigation.
any of our people of ties with Saxons? Anyone.
You're so quick to point fingers. We're simply trying to figure out
You are
why.
pointing fingers at us, saying now that we're Saxon lovers.
You pointed the fingers first at
Where
the boy.
I come from on the Summer Islands, that is a killable offense.
What, pointing the fingers at a boy because he's the one who passed the cup?
No, I once had a page who said, you are a Saxon lover to one of my squires. I had the page out back executed. Chopped his head clean off. Told his father. The father was okay with it.
No one's gonna admit to being a Saxon lover.
Yeah, the court is rapidly turning against you guys. There's lots of calls from various noblemen. Not necessarily, like, anybody who's still a knight, but very elderly statesmen-y noblemen and a couple esquires. So people who were squires but never actually became knights. Like, many of these elder gentlemen are all like, you're out of line here. Just go home, foreigners. Your kind are not welcome here anymore with your accusations. And Sir Orcus is still holding the boy and now has him, like, hog-tied in chains. And it's like, Sir Robert, I expected better from you and your kin.
So Robert's been sitting this whole time, and he will stand up and he will just like smash his fist on the table numerous times until he has the attention of everyone.
Okay. Yeah, you smash your fist into a table a bunch of times. I feel like there should be a check for this. Is there a check for, like, oh, energetic would be great.
Energetic, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I need to roll this?
Perhaps.
Yeah, if you fail at energetic, you can be like, bam! Oh! Oh!
Should I actually roll it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Describe what you want to do. Yeah, you slam your fist into the table 7, 8 times, and people eventually, like, stop talking and turn, and they're like, whoa. What? Lord Wyman is like, you wish to speak, Sir Robert.
Robert will stand to his full height, and he will speak, and he'll be like, what madness has become of this court? Your king lies dead, and you all descend into chaos like this. This boy hands him a cup, and it would seem that he is the one who is guilty. But that is not necessarily the truth.
So,
That is not necessarily the whole truth of the matter. He handed him a cup, and that cup contained the poison. But did the boy put the poison in the cup? That is not known for sure.
Lord
you-
Wyman says, how would we determine this then? If
So,
the boy was not guilty, who would we find guilty then?
an investigation must be undertaken.
Someone's like, an investigation? A what?
Oh,
I would like to
Inquire.
look through some books.
Robert will say, hold your tongues. He'll turn to the boy and ask him.
The boy's
Ask
like,
the boy how he found
He
the
said,
cup.
boy, who poured the cup? And he'll ask him like in a very, like, seriously fucking scary way. He's
so
not...
the boy is like chained now, and Orcus is about to like gag him, and the boy's quickly like, it was Sir, and Orcus gags him, and he's like, We don't need to hear what the boy has to say. We'll take him to the
So-
dungeon and beat it out of him.
All right, Aurelius would. So can I use a passion, honor, and can I use my directed trait because I'm seeing this as a huge miscarriage of justice?
How is your personal honor being affected by this?
Not really.
The fact that I'm a Justicar and the fact that I'm witnessing a massive miscarriage of justice in front of me
What's
like this.
important is you're a knight and a Justicar, but your authority literally only extends in Salisbury. You have absolutely no place outside of your home county.
Unless you believe Saxons.
You could be offensed by this. I'm not saying you can't, but you
I
have
am-
no authority here. So
I have
it's the Saruman thing. You have no power here.
So I am
Robert-
offended by this miscarriage of justice. Seriously, I'm just trying to think what the appropriate.
Mhm.
Let you add your directed trait to some sort of role, but I don't think you can add your honor to it.
I guess I'll make another orate roll
Okay,
to.
yeah, you can orate something godly.
So
Tell me
orate
what.
something godly and sort of like, Sir Orcus, how dare you disturb Geg the child before he can speak before these men? Do you fear to have his testimony made before this the men of this court?
So, Sir Orcus is like, I fear nothing. I am the king's bodyguard, after all. And the boy is not a child. He is a knight himself. It would appear he wished his father's throne. Wow, that would be amazing if Trumpert was behind it the whole time. And I'm not saying he's not.
I've been secretly messaging Arthur the entire time.
That happened in... Okay, so I want to take a step aside. I had a Game of Thrones run-through once. And I don't know if you guys know who Brandon, Cecil, and Ket are. But I had both of them in the party and two people I picked up off of Roll20. Okay? So Ket and Brandon spend the whole time messaging me to sabotage each other and the rest of the party. And the other two random dudes just spend the whole time, like, working towards the common good. And so, at the end, right when, like, all of the bad guys' plans are being revealed, Brandon is like, okay, I move against the bad guy. And Ket's like, okay, I move against Brandon. And the two guys that are downstairs are like, I have no idea what's fucking happening. And I was like, in Game of Thrones, your party's supposed to work together, but because this is a one-shot, all of you betray each other and die, except the two guys below decks who don't die. It was crazy, man. Crazy. You get their attention, but still
So-
no one really gives a shit about you.
In that case, Aurelius is going to step forward and try and hold
Yeah, Robert just goes in
Orcus's
and
hand before he
Oh.
binds the boy.
Orcus immediately challenges you to a duel. He's like, Sir Aurelius, you are a coward. And I believe that
damn
you
it,
are
I just
behind this.
did that.
I challenge you to a duel.
Now
I
you can use.
accept. I will not allow you to miscarriage justice in this way.
Says if you want it to be justice, fine then. In the eyes of the law, whoever dies is guilty of the crime of killing the king.
Well,
As
that's
the
simple.
king's champion, I stand on the king's side. You stand for the assassin, Sir Dirok. Everyone's like, oh, that's pretty reasonable. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Lord Wyman is already like, okay, let's go outside. Yeah, I can't wait to see Aurelius die.
Arthur, just a suggestion. I just thought of it now, but like, could you make like all the sheets just public at least just to see? Just I'm not going to screw with them. I just want to see like everyone's character sheets and know like who they are because it's a hassle
They
just to
all
like ask
should
every
be,
time.
right?
I can't like see any of their character sheets
I
actually.
don't know how to do that.
Just like
You
give
have
us
to-
permission.
I would have to
editable,
give
I
you
think.
permission to edit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think any of us would because
Okay, alright.
we've known each other for a long time.
So, what is the reason for this? For the wiki?
No, it's more so just like our skills because like I get tired of like asking each time for specific skills when I can just like actually look at your sheet and see what you have.
I mean, I'm not sure if that's really necessary.
It would just be nice.
I don't see Sasha's sheet. How to make you understand.
There's two Sasha.
Okay, we had one viewer, and I started singing Rickroll, and he disappeared. So
All right,
good at running
so
the show.
Aurelius is definitely invoking a passion on this thing.
What passion?
Well, his honor, and he is going to. He thinks this is a massive miscarriage of justice, and this, in the eyes of God, etc. He's going to try add his directed trait to it.
No.
All right. Well, he'll just go for honor.
You can keep trying to reach for the God thing, but that's like your life is literally in danger here. There's nothing godly about it.
I think it's just honor. So.
Yeah,
All right.
This is life and death thing. He made that pretty explicit.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun dun dun.
All right. 1, 2.
Okay, you can give yourself a check in honor. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna do something as well. He succeeds, yeah. He impassions himself. You can see him like his sword against his armor as he's like, so he's like Iron Man. He's got his arms out, and like 4 squires are like strapping all of his armor to him. You know, and like people are like, "Here's your breastplate." Ching. He holds his hand out, and someone like throws him a sword, and it lands perfectly in his hand. He's like, "Sir Aurelius, I look forward to killing you this day and restoring my honor as the king's bodyguard. I'll give
Even
you
if
one
I
last
do not
chance,
strike
sir.
you down, God will
Confess
see
to the
you.
murder of the king. I shall put you and Sir Deerrock out of your misery in God's name."
Tell him that you're gonna kill him. His king has died, and he should. He has failed in his mission as his bodyguard, and you will send
You
him.
have failed in your mission as its bodyguard, and then you doubly fail in
I love
your
that Robert's
conduct,
like,
which helps conceal his murderer.
Let me ask, how are you getting armored up? And Robert is whispering in your ear, like, as you're getting armored up, he's like, "Tell him that blah, 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 blah."
I bet
what is
Robert
your
is sort of
armoring
behind
scene
me,
look
sort of
like?
giving it a pep talk. Think like in the boxing ring where you got the trainer
Yeah.
behind.
So, is
Also,
he
who
the
did
one...
that keep flipping my pages? Please stop that.
Yeah, like if you
Wait.
go to... Yeah, I noticed because when I do that to other people.
Oh,
What exactly is your skill?
it does it for you.
Yeah,
it does.
it
It like
for
switches his
It
screen
does
too.
it for everybody.
So
That's
Robert
the-
whispers in his
Why
ears
would it
while
do
giving
that?
put his armor on. Sasha will be the one that's massaging his shoulders, like getting him ready.
Sorry, I'll stop. I just. Why would it ever create it to switch his thing too?
I don't know. So here's the thing, like, instead of being armored up by squires, like Sir Osric, Orcus, sorry, all of you are, like, armoring him as knights.
No, God no.
And the noblemen are all like, "Well, this is highly..."
I'm not doing that.
Dropper, you stand in the corner and just look salty as fuck. Like, I'm not
He can screw himself
putting
up.
armor on that man. He's guilty as shit.
No, he's not guilty, but I'm just no. He's putting himself in this situation.
Okay.
He deals with it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. He steps forward and prepares to attack.
All right.
So I'm gonna be standing right like next to it as close as I can, and with my sword in my sheath.
Yeah, as close as you can get to this is like 30 feet away. They're forming
Okay.
like an honor ring. There's not going to be like you run in there and you strike him down from behind when Aurelius goes down. It's not going to happen. This is an honor ring. Like everyone there is watching each other to make sure nobody goes in. It's like any good fight club.
Yeah, but I'm suspecting like it might be a riot or something.
Okay, he succeeds on his sword check.
Dun 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 dun.
What will you do, Aurelius? He crits and you do not,
Ugh,
right?
that is not a crit. No,
What is
That's
your...
success, but not a crit.
Oh, right, you have a plus 10. Right.
Yes.
You have a
Plus
plus
12.
12, yeah. So he's going to rock an attack right here.
Aurelius goes down in the first round.
Yeah, 37 points of damage. What's your armor?
18, I believe.
Uh-oh.
6 plus 12 is 18.
You take
Just
19 points of damage. What's your major wound?
Yeah, that's a major wound.
That's super bad for you, sir. All right,
No.
let's go to the
Bye
major
bye,
wound.
Aurelius.
We're about to figure out what's about to happen to you. Pro tip, it's bad.
This is gonna be hard to recover from in general.
Well,
Wow,
So
do
are
you
we-
realize how bad this is going to be? He's going to
so
be
are we
found...
now using those rules?
Yes. All
Okay.
right, so please mark that you have a major wound of 19 points. You have chirurgery needed. Roll a d20. You need to roll against your current hit points. So you need to roll a whatever your current hit points are or less. What's your current hit points?
9. I rolled a
Okay.
14.
You fall unconscious.
Well, there I go.
Yeah, this is going to be bad. Statistics loss. Roll 2d6 real quick.
No, just D6. There's no aging. Just choose which stick is lost.
Oh, nothing. Sweet.
Nothing. Okay. It's
Except
not
for,
going to
you know-
matter because Sir
He's gonna
Orcus
execute me.
executes you. And everyone's
Oh.
like, that was pretty just. Yes, it seems as if Sir Aurelius was trying to hide the fact that
Wow.
he paid the boy to kill him. And everyone's like, yep, that's true. And someone else is like, okay. And they push Sir Dirok into the middle of the ring, and Orcus executes them as well.
That was anticlimactic.
So you gain 1,000 glory, Aurelius, for dying in battle.
Yay.
And I think 10% of that goes to your heir if you'd like to start figuring that one out. You have
Yeah.
an heir ready, don't you?
Yes.
Excellent.
Does it go to his heir? Because his heir is probably his cousin or something.
It's still going to be down his male line.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good point. It's not going to go to his heir. You
Yeah.
have a male child, don't you?
I do.
All right.
It'll
so-
go to that, but it won't go to his heir because.
Yeah, how old is your male child?
7.
All right, so I need you to take your character sheet and like save it, and then when your heir, if they survive to be old enough, will get all of your stuff and your glory, because he's going to get 10% of whatever your current glory is. What is that, by the way?
6,386.
So is that with the 1,000 bonus?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's going to start out with 1,600 when he becomes a knight. That's pretty good. That's way better than you guys. You guys started out with like
start out with
1,100.
1,600.
Yeah, because he gets 1,000 for being a knight plus 600
Okay,
for his
that's-
dad
that's
being
where
so
it's going.
glorious. Yeah,
Well, sorry, Eric.
you
Yeah.
are ejected from the court of Estragales for being like friends with. They're calling him Aurelius Kingkiller, the man who murdered the king of Estragales. It seems as if you have put Estragales and Logres on the verge of war. When you return, Uther is furious. He sent you there to bring Estragales into the war effort against the Saxons, and you have managed to turn one of the safest allies they've ever had into possibly one of the most horrible enemies they're ever going to make.
Wow.
That's pretty bad.
Yes.
Keep your head down.
I blame that orate roll actually. I feel like
If I had managed one less, I could have stopped it.
that's what it would have been.
Yep.
Ah. I'm so convinced Orcus was behind it.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Orcus was behind it. Yeah,
It's
he
just a
was.
secret.
I mean, you don't know that in character, right? But you definitely know that Orcus is behind it now.
A blood feud.
And
You want to declare a blood feud? You want your cousin to declare a blood feud on Orcus? That would be legit.
I think so.
Okay, you declare a blood feud on Orcus. What's your cousin's name, by the way? Let's introduce him now in the court of Uther.
His name is Adwald.
Adwald. What is his particular skill that he's well known for? His trait, so to speak.
Well, he's known as Adwald the Virtuous because basically he's been completely indoctrinated by Aurelius growing up.
Of course. So, as we've determined by your own rules, your cousin does not get the manors from